guess what? You know, more and more Americans are now cooking for their pets. Maybe for any of a number of reasons. Maybe you don't like the commercial dog food, or maybe the dog doesn't. Cat owners as well. And anyway, so Kevin Matthews, you are one of the top dog chefs in America. All right.
Yeah.
You're with. You even have the shirt to prove it, the dog chef.
That's
and
right.
you're here with Alexandra, right? And let's see, Dorado and Maya, the little ones there, the Chihuahuas. All right. And so let's talk about this. Why do people cook for their pets when you can just buy a can of something?
Well, when you're buying a can of something, you're depriving your dog of the proper nutrients.
Really?
Absolutely.
Even when they say like, oh, it's really perfectly scientifically blended and all that.
Well, science can't compete with nature, and a dog naturally needs fresh raw proteins, fresh vegetables, fresh fruits.
Same for cats, I would imagine, to some degree anyway, too, right?
Yeah, well, a cat is actually a true carnivore.
Carnivores, yeah.
So that's what it really
Tigers,
means.
lions, all that. They're
Yeah.
all kissing cousins, right? So how tough is it to cook for your dog or your cat at home? And what do we have here?
Well, it takes a lot of thought because there are some things that dogs can't eat that are not good for them. A dog has a very strong immune system by nature. So when you build it back up, it can actually combat things like salmonella, for instance.
Oh, okay.
They naturally have a resistance, but with commercial foods, you're kind of breaking down the enzymes that help them fight. So what I have here is just a few creations that I made for some of the dogs that I feed. The first one, as we were talking about eggs, this is a canine Caesar salad with...
Caesar, no kidding.
Absolutely. My dog used to love this. Romaine lettuce, raw egg, organic only, because there's no way that has salmonella in it, and milled flaxseed on top.
It actually looks delicious, although the raw egg kind of is where you lose me.
That might be a turnoff for
Yeah.
you. This one here is I call orange chicken, which is good for an older dog, which has boiled chicken with, I put a strawberry on top to make it look pretty, but there's also kale in there, there's carrots, there's sweet potatoes, chickpeas, which are a good fiber for them.
Wow.
And also
Fantastic.
there's organ meat in there as well, so you've got the hearts and the livers.
They like that kind of stuff.
Yes, they do.
Whereas us humans might be a little bit turned off by that, too.
Unless you wrap it in bacon and it's better.
Right, of course, everything's better with bacon.
Right.
Yeah, so Thanksgiving time, certainly a lot of that, nothing has to go to waste, right?
Right.
Now I'm noticing that this lamb leg is actually bigger than Dorado and Maya put together. So, what's the deal with this?
Okay, well,
And what else is with it, by the way?
what is in that puree
Yeah.
is broccoli, kale, anjou pear, and yellow squash.
Wow.
And the beauty of this is that the dog can actually get the marrow of this bone, which is where a lot of the natural calcium comes from.
And they might not get that from a canned food, right?
They would not.
Oh, interesting. Now, some of these literally, truly look like they're even better than a lot of the stuff that I cook for myself. In fact, well, all of them do, because you haven't seen me cook. But anyway, look at this. This is like a dessert. You got blueberries in here? What's this guy?
Right. This is calf liver puree,
You got mushrooms in there.
right, with veal and shiitake mushroom and blueberry. And it's very important to know, and please do the research before you try to do this.
Yeah.
There's certain mushrooms that you cannot use. Shiitake is very strong for health benefits. Blueberries are an excellent antioxidant for human beings and dogs, as well as
Makes
quinoa,
sense.
which
Quinoa, yes.
I use in a lot of my recipes.
All right, and speaking, is quinoa in this guy? Because I noticed...
There is a little quinoa in that one. That is beef tartare, and it turns color because of the kale in there. But there's also sweet potato, and there's dried sweet potato chips on top of that, as well as celery. And also I use chickpea in
Are
that
these
as
guys
well.
hungry?
They may be.
Can we just set them down
check
and
'em
maybe
out.
let's see what they go to? I don't know. Now, so what are the things you were saying that there's some things that dogs and cats should not eat? Any taboos that we just need to be very careful of? Because you don't want to, of course, have somebody starting this out and then wind up with...
Right, and I don't want people hating on me. Well, things like grapes, you have to be very careful with certain fruits that have too much of a high sugar content, and certain greens, things like raw spinach, which are good in small amounts, but not very good in large amounts. And again, coming back to the whole chicken thing, we've been trained to believe that salmonella is going to kill these dogs, but with the store-bought foods, we're reducing the strong capacity of this of this immune system here, which is a lot stronger than ours by nature.
It's amazing. Do they care about the presentation, by the way?
No,
They don't care.
no. It's all for the human. But
Yeah, and for TV, right?
Right.
So, and also, just tell me, do people have to spend a lot more money doing this, do you think?
it depends. I like to use only organic ingredients,
Yeah.
which is the safest way to go. But if you weigh the difference between making the fresh food and having no vet bills at all,
Yeah.
as opposed to feeding.
Might save yourself
Right.
a lot of money later on, isn't it? Interesting.
Exactly.
Didn't think about that, but and hey, for some people, their pets, there's no expense should be spared anyway.
Well, not for mine.
All right, perfect. Kevin Matthews, thank you very much for being here.
Thank you.
And Alexandra, and of course, Dorado and Maya, go to it. Keep going. Yep. Yeah, yummy. All right. For more information, you can go to WTNH.com. Click the on-air tab and pull it out of the Good Morning Connecticut Weekend section. Really appreciate all four of you being here.